Welcome back, my lovely beans. We are having a Nekros Void Cascade. Really comfortable in my opinion. I hope you will find it comfortable as well. For shards, we do have 2 equilibrium shards as arcane shards. You can't see it because they are like behind my lovely head, but I'm telling you. We have 1 casting speed, we have 1 max corrosive, we have 1 parkour velocity. Technically, if you wanted to, you could swap out the 1 corrosive for the melee extra crit damage, because I barely use my weapon, but that is up to you. My Falcor is good enough when I armor strip that I don't need it, and then I still have my bursten. For the build itself, loading, we are using a Summoner Rev Kamisado setup. For the other, we have Summoner Rev, we have Rolling Guard, we have Fast Deflection, Vigilant Vigor. I can tell you, you barely have to shield gate. If so, that is more of my oopsie side. Or, you know, it's absolutely fine. Prime Continuity for duration, Precision Intensify to make our little, you know, shadows stronger, Catalyzing Shadows of the Shield of the Shadows, and that's what it is. Each shadow within 50 meters takes 6% of the damage down to Necros, and they're taking aggro, and they're shooting, because the special about it, you are a Necromancer, right? So you are summoning the dead, means the level of your shadows are actually the level of the, you know, enemies that you are slaying. So if you let it actually run out and resummon them, they're like actually the enemies around you. So if you raise the shadows at level cap, the shadows are actually like, you know, 9,999, and hence they're also dealing the amount of damage at that. So they can actually killing strikes, etc, etc. They're actually really great. And Prime Flow for your energy commenting. We do have Arcane Kamisado, so we have 6% to up to 60% ability cast summons gain 20% movement speed, so it's more comfortable, and Mold Argument. With Power Drift, you actually do have enough strength that your Terrify is a 1 cast full armor stripped, and we're running Nourish, because when you're using your 4 and then immediately Nourish, your shadows do have Nourish on them, so whenever they're getting hit, they do spread Nourish, or like viral. So that's about that. For weapons, I'm using the burst. I'm using a dexterity setup. You know, we're running Galvanized Chamber, Guild of Truth, Critical Delay, Vital Sense, High Voltage, Malignant Force, Prime Bane. Swap the Bane out if you want to, and that is my Riven. Running Epitaph with Secondary Fortifier, simply for a little bit overguard. Makes it more comfortable in my opinion. And Falcor is just with melee influence, just a great wave clear. If you prefer any other weapon, go for it. There's nothing limited, there's nothing special about the weapon setup. It's actually more about the shadow setup that I was running. So that is the Falcor Riven. It's not the best Riven, I will be honest. It's electricity and crit damage. That is definitely just what I was running. So, for the Sentinel, I'm personally running a Dariga with a Tazi core, so a priming setup. The only thing that I took off for my Dariga, I don't run Duplex Bond. Why do I not run Duplex Bond? Because sometimes I feel that Duplex Bond is holding enemies in Void Cascade hostage in a room while already moved to the next room. I don't want to say that is true. It's just sometimes a feeling that sometimes that the clone standing behind, and it makes it a little bit harder to have the enemies moving with me, and then sometimes if, you know, you only have like 1 more Axelizer in the next room. I don't want to like actually, so what I mean was that Duplex Bond is when you use energy, it duplex or clones your Sentinel. That clone can stay behind for up to 30 seconds individually, even so you move to the next room. It doesn't teleport after you. When I move into the next room, I sometimes feel that clone is holding the enemies hostage in the room earlier, especially if I don't kill all enemies over there. When I try to crack my relic, it feels sometimes like it's hindering me to cracking the relic, and the enemies in the earlier room are not despawning fast enough, which sometimes makes the enemy spawn really weird and messes that up. That's why I personally took off Duplex Bond. I know it's technically weak in my Sentinel, I'm fully aware of it, but I personally rather have a smooth enemy spawn than having that little bit of advantage of Duplex Bond, if that makes sense. And I'm running Tazuko. I technically have Verglass. I don't know why I decided to stick with Tazuko. Can't tell you. But that's it. But that's the build. I hope you enjoy and keep watching. Indeed, the door inspection begins. What is so bad about bad tile sets? So, you have rooms with 3, 4, or 5 Exilizer spawns. When you have less, so you have a minimum of 9, you have a maximum of 12 Exilizer spawns in a round. If you have less Exilizers per round, the chance of failed Exilizer spawns is higher, which will make your round longer, which is like simply just really, really annoying. And in addition to that, certain rooms tends to bug more. Yeah, exactly. Poor enemy spawn, certain rooms make it like more likely that you are failing to crack because, you know, that is, by the way, I don't know, that's, ooh, what is that? It's just like really annoying, certain rooms. You want to have like a smooth and nice run. It's not that like, you know, a certain time I was like really crazy about it. Like at the beginning I didn't care at all. Then a certain time I was really crazy about it. Now we're like in the middle of it. That's a dead end. But like certain rooms tend to really bug out. We have docking bay. I would be okay with docking bay, depending what the next room is. That is a dead end. No, docking bay bugs out, especially if you have duplex spawned on. Docking bay holds the enemy's hostage if you have docking bay and if you have duplex spawned and viral crawl on, for example. It's a 3-5-3, but it's short, so we can stick with it. Sports yard, yeah. Like schoolyard, yes. Schoolyard is good. Docking bay is actually a lot of the time bugging. Like actually, like no joke, really bad bugging. Bugging in case of it holding the enemies. The enemies in docking bay are not despawning. They're staying in there. So when you're going for the next room, when you're going into the next room, you have no chance of them spawning there, so you're not cracking into the next room a lot of the time, especially with duplex spawned and anything that triggers duplex spawn, so that holds the enemies even more hostage there. And yeah, thank you so much for the hydrate. So can be really annoying, can really. Are you all in demo standing? Happy post holiday. Thank you, Rior. We can do demo standing tomorrow. I am like probably completely out of demo standing. I have not done demo standing in like a hot minute. Like any standing in a hot minute. So we can do standing tomorrow. Not today anymore, because today I'm like, after this run here. I bought the gaff today. She's kind of plain, so to be honest. She has a huge crit multiplier. She's a great weapon frame. And she has like technically damage not damage vulnerable. She has invulnerability. So I found she's interesting. Why do you think she's plain? What makes you think about that? She gives you extra crit for all weapons. You can shield gate with your 1. You're spreading doom. You can put nourish on or raw, depending. You spoiled by the newer stuff. That's fair. She feels basic. Maybe you need to test around more. Word for funny interaction you maybe find. The thing is, she's not that old. She's actually not that old, in my opinion. Right? She's technically one of the newer one. Yeah, she is technically one of the newer ones, yeah. Was he not the frame before the Gaff? Before Jade? Am I wrong? No, that was Jaya, right? No. I actually don't know the release order. Dante into Jade. Oh, then she's older than I thought. And before Dante was Jaya. Talis? The thing is, Talis... is Talis actually working correctly by now with the explosives? With the shards? Is that working now correct or not? Did they fix that? Apparently I had a bug that the shards were not... The damage of the shards and the follow-through were not correct. But don't get me wrong, I never tested it myself because the weapons simply didn't, you know... were not that appealing to me. She came out 2 years ago. Oopsie. Been that long? I mean, like, that long, I have not even played at that point. I mean, like, I started really shortly after Jade release, apparently. Feels like yesterday before COVID. Oh, really? That's insane. I mean, like, I started shortly after Jade rework. Or Jade. Maybe we're getting old. Nah. We're not getting old. We're not getting old, don't worry. I don't know, to be honest, before I started playing, like, saying the last frame release back then was Serene. Oh. And you're playing already LR5? Yeah. I'm already LR5. I was LR4 in 200 days. Exactly. On my 200th login day, I was LR4. Lots of frames have been releasing back to back. You don't release how many years I've been. Yeah, I mean, like, every 3 months we're getting a new. Is it every 3 months? Actually, is it every 3 months we're getting? Oh my god, that could have been a Garanar Optics. You know, the Fang Prime could have been a Garanar Opt. Okay, so it was. Wait, what is the order? So. Corvix? Go definitely get your sleep, Rumbert. And get some good food tomorrow. Corvix Tagath? Somehow Jaya, at one point Jaya, no. Jaya was before that, right? Because Jaya is getting the new, Caliban and Jaya getting the new Prime skin. So that had to be before. Corvix, Dante. So it is Tagath, Corvix, Dante, Jade, Kume, Temple. Oh. Interesting. And now, you know, Spider. Oh, Scythe! True! Scythe Temple. Yeah. And then Spider. Yeah, Scythe. I kind of missed that, you know. To be fair, till this day, I never, you know, touched Scythe. Which is probably good that I never touched him. But till this day, I never touched Scythe. I made like a whole, you know, Kuva Sobek setup, but, you know. California gods are ba 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 dee dee da ba 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 ba. Stretch, Runa. You stretched. You've been sitting for too long. I got up in the last break before we started the Void Cascade. I got up. Don't worry. Almost midnight. Stay well, Haki. Take care.
Thank you for being here. Come on, minions! My minions! The power of my minions! It's actually insane when you think about that. You know what's also interesting? Not only that like that many frames got released, but also, to be absolutely fair, that each frame kind of has a unique concept. Like, don't think about like if you like the concept or anything, right? But like actually each time they thought about a new concept, right? That's actually the interesting thing. Like, if you think about it, each frame they've released had like their own concept, their own abilities, right? That is actually like the more insane thing. Like, oh my god, like, excuse me? That is actually what surprised me way more. That's actually been boosting me more, was like, you know, releasing frames. BG3 to beanie on top. Is it actually fixing docking bay if you don't bring duplex bond? Is that actually fixing it? I will not jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. But I kind of feel like it's fixing docking bay if you don't bring duplex bond. Because I took duplex bond off of my Derriger. Oh, you were in there? Okay, never mind. I didn't say anything. I'm sorry. Appreciate you holding the enemies. Oh yeah, and guys, be aware, like, apparently when you are a client, your really is bugged. I'm not sure if it's only your really, but you're bugging out sometimes and then you can't cast abilities, especially when you try to, like, you know, iframe with your 2. Yeah, that is a little bit of an issue. Cute. I just realized we are only a few weeks from 10 o'clock. Yeah, that's why I'm like actually trying like so insanely to currently get my ducats. That's why I was like today only farming ducats. Ooh, nice. I know that's like can look a little bit boring, and I'm sorry if it seems boring that we're only doing at the moment ducat farming and the event, but I'm actually trying to get as many ducats as possible for the Tenacon. Right? So I don't have to like get stinky. No, that's a make it like easier. Barry must eat. He is greedy. Barry is just insanely greedy. You can't tell me otherwise. He's just insanely greedy, mister. That's all. I don't know what else to say. I can't complain because I've been about the same recently too, most focused on fishers. The thing is, like, also, like, I don't play, like, that much Warframe at the moment outside of stream. Like, usually I do that quite a lot, like, running a lot of White Cascades outside of stream, but, like, they're currently not fitting, like, time-wise, or, like, I'm actually doing something else when they're popping up, so I simply don't have that much time to, like, do Void Cascade outside of stream, so... makes it to Warframe sets aren't worth one plot. I mean, like, because you... I mean, like, yeah, kinda, but, like, also, like, who cares? Also, that's not necessarily true. If you sell actually as like the gold parts, then yes, you can still sell a little bit of good. You just need to like actually sell like the gold parts instead of like the sets. Also, the sets are still worth it. If you actually sell... The thing is, like, unvaulted stuff was never really worth it to sell. A lot of the unvaulted stuff, if they're not necessarily new. That's the thing. A lot of the news, like, normal, non-vaulted stuff was never really worth it to... I know that's annoying, but that's simply... Nice. But I'm like glad. The thing is, like, also I do actually might have to like buy a little bit of ducats because like I can't farm enough, I think. Why did I get pinged? Oh. I got pinged. Anyway. Oh. I'm got confused. I usually don't get pinged there. So I was wondering why I got pinged. Okay, what do we have 6 tries so far. I still have also more ire. The advantage if you would actually farm a little bit of ire tomorrow, like demos, that we would have a chance to get a little bit more ire. But on the other hand, it's not too important. It would be nice to have a little bit more. I need to actually check how many Gara like sets I already have. It's not that I like have like, oh, I want to like have X amount of Gara sets. That's actually not it. There's nothing like I want to have like a lot of Gara sets. I just wanted to have a few and maybe like a few Titania sets. It would be nice. Because they're cool frames. So you're having like the options to have them for the future. You know, it would be nice. You know, if we plan something. You know, maybe we're planning something. Because plans are nice. Oy. Don't nullify me. No touching here. Touching is not cool. No touching. You're stinky. Definitely stinky. Especially when you corrupt to do that. What was that gliding? Like... And I lost minions. Oh, I lost some minions. Who did I lose? I think I lost my Eximus. Yeah, I indeed lost my Eximus. RIP. I lost my cool Eximus because of that. That's actually sad. I need to think who we like. When we already did technically a Necros run, and this one here is like an extra Necros run. I actually need to have like think about like who do we want to like see extra as a Necros run? What should we like? You know what should be like the next frame we could run? I actually don't know. Who could be like a really interesting frame to run? Maybe a Citrine run that is not melee based, because let me tell you, Citrine is not the best melee based frame. As much as I wanted to make it work, it's nope. Not suggested. Definitely not suggested. Did you get to try her new argument? Yes, I did. I made a whole video about it actually. Well, I did include it in my guide. I do like the argument. It makes her play like quite comfortable. Is it necessary? The thing is, like, some people argue about her new argument, the prismatic companion, that it makes her like, oh, you have to play now with her, was it for her, because otherwise she's too stationary. Because you do gain extra duration on it, and you know, it simply makes her like, whenever you run a flash companion, you simply have like a walking primer. That's actually really, really nice. The question is now, like, I like it, but you don't have to run it. So that's the thing. But I do prefer to run Wizard because I do also run a lot of the time anyway, Flash Companion. So I simply benefit from it. Diamond doesn't seem to work with Hound that splits itself. Hound that splits itself. What Hound splits itself? Do you mean Hound with duplex bond? Or some that are unashamed band-aid fixes. I mean, like, always depends what your goal is, right? I would say, like, a lot of the time it really depends what your goal is. I'm sorry, I'm not the best. I want to say all hounds can use it, right? And if you say it can't, when you mean it can't split itself, if you mean when you use duplex bond, it only stays with the original one. I can tell you that. When you use duplex bond, it only stays with the original one. And the copy, like the copied dog will not, or like Flash Companion, will not have a crystal. You will only have one crystal at the time on the field. Diversified denial. Can I look into that? I currently could not tell you. Are you fine with me looking into that till next time? And I check it, and then I can give you better feedback. Because I don't usually use hounds, so I would not be able to give you like a good feedback right now. Caliban's argument. This interesting thing about Caliban's argument, I find, first things first, it still doesn't fix the main problem, is how badly Caliban's minions are scaling. Because, like, you need so much strength that they are at a good level, right? So that's the main issue. Then people saying you can finally use Arcane Stretch. There were, like, enough options to trigger Arcane Stretch beforehand. So yes, you do have electro damage, but that was not the main reason for me. You had like other options to trigger Arcane Stretch, so that's, in my opinion, not the main reason you should use it. And if you want to go in any type of higher content, having the ones that are like protecting you are still more beneficial for you. So I don't really see the biggest usage out of that argument. And by the way, the new YouTube short is about the Jade argument. When we're talking about arguments, by the way, the new short that I like pinned is about the Jade argument that I just uploaded today, if you're interested in it. Oh, my bad. I missed that completely. I'm sorry I missed that. Because I did test around a little bit about the Jade argument, what works, or what I personally find. Yeah, exactly. I definitely think if you like it, you can use it. But the main issue with, in my opinion, with Caliban, it's definitely how the sentinels are scaling. And that sadly doesn't fix it. You need so much strength to have them at all at a reliable level. And as soon as you're staying a little bit longer in a like level, it once again, since they don't scale, they scale off your strength, right? It's not worth it at all to invest that much strength for literally nothing. Then you can simply use them as like bodyguards that you know that you will sacrifice. Or like as bait, whatever you want to call it. And that's about it. What should I build for? Ooh, I'm not the person to ask. I did not play. I know that a lot of people build for like a lot of elements and Arcane continuity, and you actually build around your abilities, but that's about all I know about Varuna. I'm not the right person to ask there. So most likely go check out YouTube for that. Subsume her, don't use her. No, if you like her, then it's absolutely fine to use her. People do actually like her. She's invis, she has, you know, like class, you know. People do enjoy playing her, and that's not the point. Like I said, it's good, by the way. Like I said, her subsume is good whenever you're using melee. I use, for example, like I said, on Valkyrie. But, you know, I am simply not the right person because I have not tested Varuna. That is, by the way, one of the issues of simply just playing a year and me actually rather like sticking here and there to like a frame and like really testing out frames. I have not tested all frames. I have not built arrow frames. I have not tested all frames. I'm not, you know, sticking to all frames. So I'm simply not there yet. She's building Ducky Prime. No, I'm currently not building Ducky Prime. You will get Ducky Prime in the future after I got a new PC, and then we can work. Then we can work on Ducky Prime, I promise. First new PC. No, you're absolutely fair. But I will also be honest. If I have no idea about a frame, I will not pretend like I do know about a frame. I will always be honest if I don't have the knowledge. Yeah, first new PC and then Ducky Prime. So that's, you know, the order. We can go with that. We want to have a Ducky Prime, we can have a Ducky Prime, but first we need a new PC. Because the worst thing that could happen, we're getting a Ducky Prime and then my PC is dying. Nope, not risking that. Ooh, Ducky Prime. People want to have like an upgrade for that. I want to have an upgrade of my Ducky. I don't know exactly what they want to have for like a Prime version of Ducky, but they want to have like a Ducky Prime. Don't ask me what they want. I think I will figure that out when, you know, it is time. Is she already perfect? I mean, like, yeah, I think so, but like, I guess they want to like... Some people were saying that they want to have like white armor on my Ducky. I mean, like, Ducky even has a helmet. Look at that. Ducky even has like a hat. You know, fitting with my hat. Look at that. I mean, like, in the end, it doesn't matter. Ducky Prime give him... Oh, Alex Prime. I'm not the biggest fan of having, like a weapon, like a pistol on my, like, you know. Ducky Prime gets golden attachment. Fair. Good point. Maybe a Sandana? The thing is, you would not see the Sandana because I'm holding Ducky, right? So I'm not sure. We will think about it when it's time. Because I do have to say, first things first, and I say that, like, really as, like, I need to, like, you know, actually think about it. First things first, besides, you know, my normal daily, you know, things that I have to pay, I do actually, you know, long-term wise need a new PC. Because my PC is slowly, you know, getting old, you know. And that I don't want to risk that it's giving me a blue screen before anything happens. Because that would technically be like the end. You know, because I have no backup or anything, right? So. First that, and then we can think about anything else regarding model and, you know, stuff like that. closer. I mean, like glowing, we can kind of glow. Look. We can kind of glow. Hi. We can kind of glow. If that counts. Not a like glow, but it's, you know, it's kind of like a cool glow, I would say. I kind of want to get this thing because it annoys me here. There we go. The sticky note, by the way, can't glow because the sticky note is officially not a part of my body, so it can't go dark. So obviously it's also glows. What is that? Like 25, 25? Aw. I have 12 blueprints. I agree with the new PC 100%. My new PC is arriving this week. It was slow. My PC was never meant to stream, right? When I got my PC, I never thought about streaming at all at that point. It is like from 2020. It is holding on great. It is doing video editing and everything. It's just you realize here and there, you know, constantly having to have an HDD on, an external HDD on, right? I talked about that multiple times, right? Sometimes, you know, loading games, I constantly have to like install and deinstall like games when I want to like play games. You know, it's slow for certain games. You know, I do need to have really specific setups to be able to like have everything like up and running for like my model. And you also like whenever someone says like, oh, my PC can handle a game. Yeah, my PC can handle the game as well. But some people might forget that like I'm not just playing the game. I also have like roughly 6 additional programs open while streaming, right? Because, you know, that's the point of streaming. You have like a little bit more to hit me up. I will appreciate all the support. I mean, like, it will take a while because I do want to like have the funds available first before I even start looking, because the prices of PCs are going up and down quite a bit. So I want to have like a good chunk of the funds available first for my PC before I even think about like looking into it deeper. So I don't like have something an eye on and then, you know, I can't afford it. And then when I look at it later, you know, it changes. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So don't worry for it now. So far, I'm making it work. I'm taking care of it. So I have a general budget. I have something where I'm like, yeah, that's the point where I'm like, I'm willing to, you know, I have a maximum actually where I'm like, I'm fine to go. Whereas I have like a dead end maximum where I'm saying I'm not willing to go above. And I have like, I'm like actually fine with spending. It's just like, I need to like actually save up for it. Which is like harder than you think with an irregular income. Let's be honest. And then you have like something like, you know, as a self-employment, like, you know, tax payment, you know. Yeah, being an adult, you have to pay taxes. You know, life. Yikes. And then here and there, you know, you do actually have to like, you know, something like, you know, Prime Access, imagine. You know, sometimes you want to like actually like buy yourself like a Prime Access and... I actually want to have my PC built. I don't want to, so the thing is like, I'm not sure if I want to go pre-build or if I have someone build the PC for me. That's something I will look into then. I don't want to do anything myself. That's for sure. That's what I know already. I'm not touching anything PC-wise myself because like, I'm not, I don't have the patience for that. I know that. I can tell you that already. Makes it understand better. I have to say, am I allowed to say that I don't need to understand it? I don't need to understand everything to be okay in something, and I think my base understanding of a lot of things is okay. I think my base understanding of a lot of things is kind of okay. You know, I don't want to argue with you there, but like I'm kind of okay with that. And I don't know that I don't have the patience to build my own PC. I don't have the space to build my own PC because I'm living in a small apartment and I don't want to have the space and I don't want to make the space for that. And I did multiple, you know, things for that. You know what? We don't need to argue about like how much I know and how much I don't know. And if I'm being honest, most of you that built your first PC are following anyway just YouTube tutorials, so... How much are you actually understanding and how much are you copy-pasting a YouTube tutorial? It's simply not for everyone, and I can tell you I don't have enough patience for that. And the thing is that parts would done me like in here for me for like a week or 2 weeks till I need to like, because I would actively need to wait for me to have a good day, like an actually physically good day. Oh yeah, and before anybody says something, I have fucking numb hands. My hands are numb half of the time, and I have nerve pain. So kind of like, I mean, like that's something I do have to say you don't know about it, but like my hands are broken like half of the time. Like I have nerve pain constantly. My hands are like kind of numb half of the time. They're numb from the hands up to like half of my arms. So it's also probably not the best thing to like actually do small stuff. Go ahead. Wait, really? Yeah. I have carpal tunnel syndrome, and I have brain inflammations from my migraines. I'm in the shame on me corner. I'm staying here now. You never used this whisker. You're not giving yourself carpal, by the way. That's nothing. I mean, I guess you can give, like, okay, carpal can simply appear, by the way. It's not necessarily something that you can give yourself. Right? I just want to like make it weird. Like you can also just gain it because it's like, so. Just so you're like aware of it. It don't necessarily is like caused by you. Oh. Yeah, but carpal tunnel syndrome is not caused by you. Carpal tunnel syndrome is that the area where your nerves are, you know, your nerves are going through a tunnel, right? And the tunnel is starting to grow smaller. I'm sorry if I explained that poorly in English. English is not my first language. Keep that in mind. So the tunnel is growing smaller and putting pressure onto your nerves. That is carpal tunnel syndrome, like really basic explained. And that is literally what's causing the pain because the nerves are getting pushed. Like, twisted, pushed, whatever you want to like say. Oh my, am I, don't tell me that one is, okay. My first language is German. I'm kind of okay in English, but like sometimes like medical terms, you know, it's a bit harder for me to explain. I think my English is actually kind of okay. Drinking, yeah. I think I'm like kind of decent in English for most parts, but like if I need to explain something outside of, you know, my comfort zone. It's sometimes... I didn't lose my minions, but I lost my desecrate. I mean, like, obviously, I have an accent. Having an accent is absolutely normal. There's nothing I think too much about it. But keep in mind, Seth, chat is English only. My mods are all English. So please don't. I just rarely sometimes speak English to German to one of my mods. German to one of my mods, but really rarely. So on average, everything is English. Very English, actually. Yeah. I'm just saying because sometimes people, like, you know, when they figure out I'm German, they start to speak German, and I prefer to, like, actually not have that in here. That's why my chat is also, like, English only, and not German English, because semi, I don't have anyone to mod for German, and I don't want to mod myself. That's why I actually have mods. So I don't have to worry about that. I have an Irish accent from living there for years. That's fair. The thing is, like, half of the time I think you, like, either have the accents where you're learning English from. Like, movies, shows, everything like that, right? So, or, like, what you're currently watching. Like, a lot of the times when you're, like, having a second language, I think you're, like, adjusting to what you're watching. So, because you're, like, hearing a word, how it's being pronounced from the show, right? Especially if you don't know the word, and then you're simply adjusting to that. Also, what most people don't know, 99% of us people that are English as a secondary language, we're actually speaking American English, because our main input of English is actually, like, you know, shows and everything, and obviously these people are speaking American English, like movies and shows, if they're not specifically British, are obviously American English. So I realized that when I did a test with one of my British friends about, like, elevator, staircase, conveyor belt, stuff like that, right? Color, how to write color. Interesting, actually. I was never aware of that. I remember in school when we got teach English that you had to decide between American English and British English, and I think back then we in school learned British English, or I think actually in Germany you learn British English mostly, but, like, later on after school, part of the learning, yeah, it's something like that. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. But I still would say, like, later on you simply learn wherever you're, like, what your environment is. Something like that. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, this time when we're walking into the other room, we are not throwing our... Oh, nice. We're not throwing our glyph. We're staying in the Shame on Me corner directly, you know. So we're not grieving, Skizzy. We're not getting called out for grieving. You know. Okay, I think I'm, like, out of cool relics. That would be good to kill them. No. Never. I don't want to get called out again. No. No. Nope. We're running a friendly, you know, we're not killing anything for the rest of the run now. Have fun carrying. Let me free. Oh, double strength. More desecrate. More. a load. How many Spectroplasm, by the way, chat, everyone, and you. For those who are doing like the slightest bit of Void Cascade, how many Spectroplasm do you have? Or how much Spectroplasm do you have? How many? Much? How much? How much How much? How much Spectroplasm do you have? Like actually. 221. $1,391. Oh. I know that Skizzy has more than me, to be fair, but he's also running more Void Cascades than me because he did a lot of solo runs. Stinky. I have a little bit less. I mean, a little bit more than you guys, but a little bit less. Just a little bit. What would you guess how much I have? $2K? You're a little bit off. You're a little bit off. A little bit or a little bit? A little bit? A few digits off. That's still a little bit off. That's a little bit. Yeah. To be fair, a lot of my runs I do run with a pad. So I do have resource retriever on, and I do have a resource booster, and I do have a resource drop booster. So to be fair, a lot of my runs I do get a little bit more. But still. I'm too fat. No, the door is too small. I'm perfect. The door is too small. The door is actually kind of small. To be fair, it was actually kind of small door. Very nice for a year. The thing is, I did not start doing Void Cascade for a year. Like, I only started doing Void Cascade this year. No, I'm chubby. I'm cute and chubby. And I like cake. The thing, I didn't start, you know, doing Void Cascade for a year. I'm playing for a whole year. I started doing Void Cascade this year. So I'm doing Void Cascade for like 7 months, maybe? Wait, did I start last year? When did I start doing Void Cascade? Actually, when did I start doing Void Cascade? Ooh, I can't remember when I did start Void Cascades. Impressive. Maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit overkill, I would say. Just a bit. Just have cornbread at home. Ooh, are you sharing? Are you sharing? Can we have some? Like sweet. Ooh. By the way, that's what I'm saying. Like, actually, look, for a second, other topic. Look at the level. We're currently at level 964. I started about the same time as you, but you did more runs than I did. Right? And you did more runs and you... Yeah. It's part of your job, at least, true. And you did all of your solo runs, so yeah. Yeah, you picked up Cascade with me, that's true. I did pick Cascade up because of you, actually. Did I? I can't even remember anymore what I did. I did learn, before anybody says, I did actually learn Cascades on Revenant, and I think learning on Revenant is not the worst. I think learning on Revenant is actually great because you do take one thing out of the, you know, equation to like have an easier start. So I think it's not the worst to learn on Revenant. If you don't like playing Revenant, that's absolutely fair, but don't call anyone out for playing Revenant. Are we doing booty shots? We're doing booty shots, I see how it is. Hi. Okay, what I wanted to say, if you look at the level, we're like at level 900, or we were when I wanted to like start talking about it. We were at level 900 something, right? And we had Axelizer 65, or we were at Axelizer 64, 65. That's why I'm saying you can roughly go for like an hour in Void Cascade with a health tank comfortably. Right, if you know what you're doing, at 51 minutes, we like kind of fast because we have like a good layout and we know how to attack. But usually it would take you roughly about an hour, right? That's why I'm saying, if you like here, leave here, yes, you will not have as many, you know, arcanes as if you would have to if you stay to level cap, because you get more Thraxes spawn towards the end of the level cap, and you will have more drop towards like higher levels, right? And you also keep in mind you have more drops because we have mod drop booster. Just because arcanes are affected by mod drop booster, if you don't know. But I'm just saying, like, you can do comfortably health tanking Void Cascade. You just need to be aware that you need to leave before, right? You can't go to lava cap. You can comfortably stay till like 1,000, right? Roughly 65 Axelizers is usually what I'm saying. That's doable, you know. If you want to learn, that's a great way to learn. By the way, if you have like a nice frame you're comfortably on, you know, just make sure, by the way, if you learn on a non-fisher, that you actually check out that you're running Grenier. So it usually swaps between Grenier and Corpus. Corpus has nullifiers, Grenier doesn't. And I would actually say running Corpus is more annoying simply because of nullifiers. And nullifiers are, you know, the bane of your existence because, you know, it will make it so much harder for you to consistently have your abilities up. If you're fine with nullifiers, then obviously run whatever you want. Or if you prefer, you know, Corpus, then go for it. But, you know, I prefer Grenier. I find nullifiers way too annoying. My Doriga's in the way. Did you see that? How my Doriga nearly blocked my shots? So annoying. But it's in general, it's like still. Void Cascade is something you need to simply slowly get comfortable to, by the way. And if you don't like the setup, it's totally fine. You don't have to run Void Cascade. Void Cascade, I know that a lot of people say that Void Cascade is profitable. It's only actually profitable if you know what you do. You can go to level cap. You do have a mod drop booster, right? Then it's actually only starts to be really effective. And actually also, if you have more or less consistently enough red relics. Because the set that is like sitting together is you do know how to trade. You are willing to trade Mold Argument, Mold Efficiency, and Cascade Flare. You benefit from, you know, the little things, for example, like, you know, you're actually scanning some areas at level cap, right? So you do get, you know, the extra standing because you can, every few days, you can, like, you know, sell an extra mod for like a few, like 50 to 60 plat, right? You get the set bonuses. For example, you're running Vaulted Relics, you know, stuff like that, that actually, like, you know, sets together. Only then it starts to be really beneficial. Because it's like a whole, and only if you run a lot of Void Cascades, which we're currently not doing, but like, you know, only then it actually starts to be beneficial. If you just run one here and there, which you can do to learn, by the way, that's not what I'm saying, but then you don't get the biggest profit out of it. And if you're wondering for Mold Argument and Mold Efficiency, you can simply, like, you know, actually farm standing and buy the relics, arcanes from Cavalero. If you don't want to do that, it's totally fine to like trade it in with plat. You know, I'm also happy about it because that's how I partially do my plat. I will not lie about it. No, it's part of my income to sell my Mold Arguments that I'm getting. But I'm also like just saying it is a way to like gain it. Hey, come down there. Oh, I lost that strikes. I don't know where he teleported. Oh. See how it is. I see how it is. Oh no. How did you get your MMR so fast? I've been playing for years and just now, being willingly to farm everything. I farmed all available weapons in the game. So that means, so I have all Coda weapons, all Kruger weapons, all, like, actually I own every weapon, every frame in the game, besides 3. And actually also leveling them. I have all Coda weapons, all Tenet weapons, all Kruger weapons at 5 formers, right? So I over-leveled everything, right? So MR is connected to having everything leveled. That is your MR. So you need to own everything, obviously, and I actually farmed everything. And the rest that I couldn't farm, I actually bought via plat, and for that I farmed. And I traded, and then bought the stuff that I missed. So yeah. The leveling, I do have to say I got lucky because people leveled me. So what that means, instead of going into EZO, I had people leveling me in Alara. That is a survival on Steel Path. So I didn't have to hope that people like actually nuking an EZO for me, but they actually did like 5 minutes. So I always had an affinity booster. Charm of your Kavad helps you a lot if you get like an affinity charm. And then actually, you know, leveled me there, which usually only takes 5 minutes. But yeah, in general, if you don't know what you're missing, check that you all have all M's. Check that you have all Moors from Fortuna. Check that you have all kit guns, that you have all Zaws. Right? That's like parts that people like to forget. Then all Coda weapons, Tenet weapons, and Kuva weapons at 5 formers because that's called over leveling, right? Make sure that you have all pets like Kavats, Kubros, Predicides, and what are the other codes? Like the Demos pets. Then all of the weapons that you get from... Oh, what is it called? I'm sorry. Whoopifile and Predicides. Exactly, Whoopifile and Predicides. Then make sure you have... Whisker. Please don't attack. You're messing up our rotation. I would actually please wait till Skizzy is so Skizzy is attacking, and please also like wait till Skizzy attacks so you don't mess up the rotation. Because if you attack too fast and we're not cracking, that would be actually really annoying if I'm being honest. Did you try the Adaran PUE? No. No, I did not try that. I honestly did not try that. I only ever... If you're bugged, you have to die. I said that really nicely, but you have to die. You go down. And see if it fixes, and if not, you have to full die. I know that's really fucked, but it's the best way. Also, like, what is your bug? Maybe pressing, like, escape already fixes you. Depends what your bug is. I'm sorry, that sounds really weird, but like bugs are like, there are not a lot of ways to fix bugs in here. There's not a lot of ways to fix bugs in Void Cascade. Your best bet is actually to go down and see if that fixes it. Oh yeah, grab react. Oh. I'm coming over. Okay. I was a little bit of hectic now. Bit of back and forth. Anyway. What is actually that? I'm sorry. Alright, what is that actually? I have not heard of that. Aquing especially not. So do you mean like leveling your Aquing? How I leveled my Aquing is in a submersive mission. And there I stayed underwater, and then, you know, someone killed above me. And that's how I leveled my Arcwing. Maybe that, I don't know what the best way for that, but that's how I did it, at least. I don't know, I never really thought about that. It just worked for me. By the way, not everything has to be like super efficient. Like some stuff is just like also like the most comfortable way for you. So that's a saying. I think the most annoying the Pure Aquing farm is a newer one where you go around stuff killing extremists. Oh, that one. Yeah, no, I tested that. I didn't like that. That one is like, to be fair, it is great if you know what you're doing, but it felt really inconsistent for me because like I'm not the greatest at like headshotting. I will be absolutely honest. And it felt really inconsistent for me. I know which one. Where you want to be like have a rifle, right? Like sniping. From really above, right? Yeah, no, I did not like that at all. Not my cup of tea. Great option, probably. True, we did Ophelia because of the melee arc wings, yes. I'm just saying, like, the Cetus one, the Plains of Eidolon, if you probably know how to do it and you can do it really fast, it's probably like a great option to level your frame really shortly, especially because it's independent. But I did not like it. No, I don't want to fall again. Above 80? I don't know, I need to check. It's saying right here, like above my model. Maybe you don't see it, 84. Yeah, it should say here. Above my head. Maybe my hat is actually hiding it. My bad. I'm just usually on this side so you don't see chat if something happens in chat. Simply, I usually hide the in-game chat just because... Oh yeah, you can't see it because my hat is hiding it. Pretty simple. I do hide the game chat simply because I can't mod the game chat. Yeah, it was behind my head. I'm sorry. Now I'm just explaining why I'm like on this side. It's simply so I can hide the in-game chat. Just in case something is happening in in-game chat. I don't think that it will happen, but I can't mod the in-game chat, so I'm not getting in trouble for anything being on my VOD that I can't, you know, mod, if that makes sense. But yeah, 84, 85 now. And enemy level are 2,900, nearly 3,000. Actually, it's great once you learn it, but I already know Dara, and I usually level anyway. Yeah, I do... The thing is, like, also, for... If you use Alara, and you don't have anyone, you can simply use your crew member. Your crew member can also, like, you know, level you. So, I don't know. And, like... If you only have to level like a tiny bit, I think like Isa is also kind of okay-ish. If you don't have to like do it for like hundreds of items like I did. Because keep in mind, I had to like I leveled 10 items a day sometimes. Like I partially leveled 10 items a day in one go, right? I actually went 4 items, like frame and 4 weapons, frame and 4 weapons, frame and 4 weapons, and like, you know. That's sometimes how my day was after stream. Because I farmed so much. Like, not cool, by the way. Don't do that. Not worth it. I can't even honestly tell you why I did it in the end. Like, for me, it was like, I was thinking like, oh, now I stop. And then I was like, oh, but I got this weapon. Let me build it. And like, I don't know. I did not even have an excuse for anything. I can't even tell you the reason. It's stupid. Not worth it. No reason. Just, yeah. Stupid. At one point I was like, oh, I just want to own everything, so if anybody asks me to build it, I can build it. But like in the end, like half of the time I'm not even getting to build anything because like there are so many items in the game and constantly getting new things released that I'm not even, you know, getting to build it. Right? So it's literally I don't know. We have like technically something called Wheel of Shame where I have like all weapons that I own and are not built are like in a wheel, and like once a week I'm turning this wheel and we building that weapon over the week, right? But I don't even have done that the last 2 weeks because of like the update, because I was like so busy with the update and so overwhelmed with the update, and I haven't even like recorded the video for the weapon beforehand, which was the Dexdakra, which I still need to like record the video for. So I don't even know directly, and I know that I'm talking for like the longest time about, oh, I have to record the video. I know that I have to record the video, but I mean like I can try to do it. But I also still want to like do like the little shorts about like how to help each week with EDA and ETA, because like usually I think like my tips are kind of like, you know, kind of solid. But you get what I mean? By the way, tomorrow EDA ETA, as always, again. So if you want to like do EDA ETA, we're usually doing EDA ETA on stream. We have 2 spots for EDA ETA. So if you want to do EDA tomorrow on stream, it's just not directly at the start. So just keep that in mind. It's not directly like as soon as I'm starting. So I'm starting 8 p.m. Central European time. We're not doing directly, you know, starting EDA immediately. Usually we're doing for like an hour something else. So I can like I don't want to like say wake up. Say wake up is the wrong word, but like, you know, get into the groove. You know, getting a little bit smooth. Nowadays, I make sure to form up what I've already got before building and leveling and stuff. The thing is, if you put former into you don't always know what you want to like actually put a build on. That's why I don't like to put. Besides, most of the time you can put like one V former, one D former on. Yeah, a little warm up, yeah. Right, but like I don't want to like overformer a lot of the times, because then you realize, oh, you actually don't need the deep former for like the cold mod, or you don't actually need the like second V former because, you know, you rather would have like a dash, or you know what I mean. Like sometimes you realize, you know, that's my issue, and I don't want to like put on every weapon like an omniformer. That is like, I have a lot of blood, but I don't want to waste my blood. Except you really prime, of course. My burst prime has in each slot a omniformer, so I did waste my plot a little bit here and there. Okay, like I do dumb shit because Chad made me do it. So it's not only Yareli, a normal Yareli, you know. And I think Makara has also like 4 omniformers because I could not decide what I want to build on her. So I'm stupid sometimes. Just sometimes. I said what I said. I lost a minion. Chad would never suggest something stupid. Oh, I don't know. I think you think too high about Chad at that point. Chad likes to kill me. I'm Torment, you can't... Torment! Torment, you were absolutely in the way. I also need to, like, let my minions run out, because, like, I think my minions are still so low level. Kinda actually want to have the upgrade of my minions. Because if I get them now, it, like... actually, no, it's actually too early to reset my minions, but on the other hand, I kinda want to reset my minions. Oh. Minions, can you reset, please? Minions. Do you use Necros out? Yeah. They're putting damage reduction and they're pulling acros, so technically you're like so safe playing with them. I can like show you the build after stream, after... You peas! Yes, I do. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. And you're also applying viral to them, because whenever they get hit, they have viral. Then they're spreading viral, so that's actually kind of nice. And since you're like actually, you know, necromancing enemies that are at the level that you're killing, that's why I want to reset them at the moment. They're actually strong. They're killing a lot around you. I just need to like actually have it currently run out, so I'm wondering if something is healing them back there, because I still have 3 for some reason. They seem to not run out at the moment. Even though I have not summoned them in quite a bit. I'm not making it. Oh, nice. We actually get a lot of gold parts. We actually get a lot of gold parts. That's actually really nice. Maybe one is the Lajax. Maybe, yeah, most likely. Yeah, I think it was you, Skizzy. I was wondering if it was you, but I didn't say anything because I rather want you to say why than you worrying about my, oh, where did I, ooh, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I'm just recasting. Fuck that. Then not every one of them is new. It doesn't matter. I rather, yeah, I need them. I need them to work. No, we have a Trinity in our team. Wait, it's great. I Trinity. Gremlin Trinity. Grimity. Grimity. Did you already met the new Warframe Grinity? Trinity, by the way, is a great frame for Wild Cascade. Really comfortable to run. Oh, Gremlin, Trinity, Grinity. Oh yeah, okay, we're sticking with that. Grinity, just a chibi Grinity. Oh, a chibi Trinity. Agree. Yep, definitely. Definitely needs to be. Needs to be. Yep. Imagine like Trinity running around as like, you know, Chucky height and like, you know, still doing whatever she's doing. Yep, approved. Definitely approved. Yep. We can stick with that. Absolutely. Approved. I like that idea. Gravity was cool in the Matrix. True! Oh my god, yeah, true. You know what? The time starts where I actually have to press my toe. Can you believe that? The time starts where I need for comfort to press my toe. Can you believe that? Oh, miss the eye of the mountain below. Be careful, watch of my brother's soul. And should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep Captain Wolver during sun. I started to watch The Hobbit today. I did not finish it, but I started to watch The Hobbit today. I watched the first one. Obviously, only so far. And only half of it. Yeah, I have not finished it, but... Great one. Ah, I like it. For those who remember the talk from yesterday. Grade 1. Not as good as Lord of the Rings, but we already watched Lord of the Rings, so now we're watching Hobbit. Mountain Song is cool. I still think Icy Fire is cooler, but like Mountain Song is cool. Hobbit is cool. I like Hobbit. I still feel like, you know, there should be like Heidsvega Ho song. Even though it's technically not Schneewittchen, but you know, you kind of get the drill. Oh, I'm dying. Can you not kill me, Shock Eximus? There was a Shock Eximus. I'm pretty sure there was a Shock Eximus. My hand hurts. Heidsvega ho. Heidsvega yo. Heidsvega yo. Heidsvega yo. You know, exactly like that. Ah, there's spears. I'm getting griefed. I'm getting so griefed. Oh. Oh, no, no. Right? It should be like that, you know? Oh, some of them are like actually really low level. Also, we need to scan. Don't forget to scan, guys. Like, you know. Scan. We're nearly at level cap. Sneewittchen is Snow White in English. I know that Sneewittchen is Snow White in English. I'm aware. Can we put Ducky Prime sticker on Ducky? Maybe next time. It's not worth it right now. Snow White and the Huntsman. Snow White and the dwarfs and the 7 dwarfs. Oh, I think chat doesn't care. I mean, like, yeah, I agree, but like, I think chat doesn't care sometimes when I'm like mumbling in German. I think chat doesn't care sometimes when I'm mumbling in German. I think they're like kind of lost anyway. Okay, wait, not me. There. Oh, Gosp. Yeah, Gosp. Taking Gosp. There we go. There, better. Oh, it's lost. Fair point. I will catch you. You're not getting lost. I'm catching you. I couldn't find something. See if I... There's another fire. Get me out of here. Do, 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 do. Chat is kind of used to me mumbling stuff in German from time to time. I wonder if sometimes people are actually questioning what I'm saying. Chat, are you questioning what I'm saying in German sometimes when I'm speaking German? You're using your knowledge for good, don't worry. You're using your knowledge for good. You actually do. Don't worry. Like, actually. I am sometimes questioning myself. Are you questioning myself what I'm mumbling in German? Are you questioning me? Are you questioning my... I mean, like, I'm sure you're questioning my sanity. I'm not aware of that. Fuck. There's a red. No, there's no. Ooh, can we like all stop killing me? Are you questioning my authority? No, are you questioning my sanity? I know that you're all not questioning my authority because you all want to be called a good boy. So I know that. So you would not dare that. I'm fully aware of that. So we're not going that part. Beep. Oh, you're red. I take that. It did that. I'm trying to scan, and before someone says that I can scan my minions, I know that I can scan my minions, but my minions are lower level, so I would need to scan more. So no. I mean, like yes and no at the same time. There we go. Are we doing one more since we need to move to the first room anyway, or what are you saying? That's the way you were. Okay, we're doing one more. I see how it is. What's a good boy thing? I don't know. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 da, ba, 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 da. Oh. Wait. Wait a word. Let's move. Just a way to work. There we go. I mean, I can actually stay here and kill this one. How terrify. Be terrified of me. Actually, are you terrified of me? I don't know if you're terrified of me. There we go. I don't know if he's terrified of me, but I behave like he's terrified of me. He should be terrified of me. Why is he was slowed? I don't know. He was double armor stripped. I think he was armor stripped by my Terrify and by Affinity. Okay, now I would actually need Reactant, please. I lost my minions. That's kind of bad. Are we like actually not cracking the last one? Yeah, I guess we have to like move, yeah, because Whisker is staying back for some reason. I don't know why we're staying back, but you know, I guess we're, you know, taking it simply. I guess we're farming Recton here. There we go. Oh, one shot. 1, 2, 3. Am I actually? Yeah, I'm mixed. Okay, so Rumba dee, rumba se, rumba see. There we go. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Can I? Nope, it's running away from me. Was it worth it? It's another 45 ducats. So yeah, technically it was worth it. No one cha. I want you want me. I know you want ya. Want me. Hi Matrix, how's it going? Okay, now we're definitely going. Oh no one cha. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see. Alright. Why are you corrupting? Okay, there we go. Minions? My minions! My minions. My minions. There you go. Is he tired of keeping it moving? That's fair. Make sure to try to take small breaks here and there, right? Victory! Victory! And my minions!